Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is that you are watching this. I think I finally got all this stuff figured out. Let's go ahead and add this. Here we go. Share. Let me make sure I'm sharing, which I am. Okay, now let's get back to where I can read. Okay. Why MAGA must show up in force for the 2026 midterms. Securing a supermajority for lasting change by Samuel E. Robertson Jr., aka Sammy the Squirrel. In 2024, the 2024 election was a historic victory. President Trump returned to the White House with a mandate from millions of Americans who want secure borders, a strong economy, and a government that puts citizens first. But the fight isn't over. The 2026 midterm elections are just as critical, maybe even more so. If MAGA supporters don't turn out in force like we did in 2024, we risk losing the momentum and letting the uniparty, Democrats and establishment Republicans, derail the America First agenda. Here's why we need a congressional supermajority in 2026. Why laws matter more than executive orders, what happens if Democrats regain control, and why voting in force remains vital despite rigged elections. Laws over executive orders. Like I've said before, everything that's highlighted in red is a link to a supporting website. Okay, building a lasting legacy. President Trump can issue executive orders to kickstart his agenda, things like securing the border, cutting regulations, or boosting energy production. But executive orders are temporary. The next president, especially a Democrat, can undo them with a stroke of a pen. We saw this in 2021 when Biden reversed Trump's border policies leading to the crisis we're still attempting to clean up. Bills passed into laws are different. They're durable, requiring Congress to repeal them. In other words, requiring Congress to go to work, which is the one thing they absolutely hate to do, all right, which is much harder, especially if we hold a strong majority. A supermajority, which is 2/3 control of both the House and the Senate. Okay, this guarantees any bill we want passed will get passed. Would let President Trump pass transformative laws on immigration, election integrity, tax cuts, and energy independence. These laws would lock in the America First agenda for decades, not just 4 years. For example, law mandating over ID, a law mandating voter ID and proper ballots would protect elections long term, unlike the executive order that could vanish in 2029. Without a supermajority, passing laws is a slog. The uniparty stalls, waters down bills, or blocks them entirely with a supermajority. We can override filibusters and push through bold reforms without compromise if the difference between a quick fix and a foundation for it's the difference between a quick fix and a foundation for the future. This is why it's so important to give Trump a supermajority in the midterms, and reason why we need to turn out in force just like we did in 2024. The nightmare of a Democrat retaining, or the nightmare of Democrat control. Endless impeachments and harassment, just like they did in 2016. If the Democrats win back Congress in 2026, they'll weaponize their power to paralyze President Trump, We've seen this playbook before. During Trump's first term, Democrats used their House majority to lead endless investigations, culminating in 2 sham impeachments. They didn't need evidence, just control. Remember the basement impeachment held by Representative Adam Schiff from California? If they regain the House or Senate, expect more of the same. Endless hearings, endless subpoenas, endless impeachments over nothing. The Uniparty will join in with rhinos, quietly enabling the chaos to undermine Trump's agenda, like they did before. The harassment doesn't just distract, it stalls progress. Every day spent fighting frivolous investigations is a day lost for border security, economic growth, or draining the swamp. A Democrat-controlled or a uniparty-controlled Congress could also block Trump's nominees, leaving key positions vacant. Remember the resist movement during Trump's first administration? The Congress slowed down all of President Trump's cabinet appointments to a crawl so that it would take over 200 years to get every one of Trump's appointments approved. And you can go back and look at that. I tried to find that online, and apparently it's been erased. But I remember that clear as day, and it's not a Mandela effect. All right. Also, refusing to fund his priorities, starving initiatives like the border wall or election audits. The result, gridlock, frustration, and a weakened presidency again. Election rigging, a real threat, a slow fight. We know elections have been rigged, from suspicious vote spikes in 2020 to the unverifiable mail-in ballots and Dominion machines concerns. The evidence is hard to ignore. Posts on X, Telegram, Rumble, and Truth Social have amplified these issues, with users pointing to irregularities like late-night ballot dumps and lax voter ID laws. We're fighting to fix this. States like Georgia and Arizona are tightening their voting laws, mandating voter ID. I didn't put voter, but ID, and cleaning up voter rolls. But it's slow going. Bureaucrats resist. Courts drag their feet, and Democrats fight every reform tooth and nail, claiming it's voter suppression. Until we have ironclad election integrity laws, I can't believe I didn't put that in there, paper ballots, same-day voting, and strict ID requirements, rigging elections remains a risk. That's why showing up in force for the 2026 midterms is non-negotiable. We overwhelmed the system in 2024 with massive turnout, making it harder to manipulate results. We must do the exact same thing in 2026. Every vote is a signal. We're watching, and we won't let the Uniparty steal our future. Why a supermajority in 2026 is non-negotiable. A supermajority in Congress gives President Trump power to pass permanent laws, secure the border, protect elections, and cut taxes for good, stop uniparty sabotage, override filibusters, and sideline rhinos who dilute the agenda, shield Trump from attacks, block impeachments and investigations that waste time and resources, as well as money, appoint strong allies, confirm judges, cabinet members, and agency heads who will drain the swamp. And we've already got good people in positions doing that right now in FBI Director Patel, his assistant, Dan Bongino. We've got Pam Bondi as the Attorney General. We've got Judge Janine as the new D.C. Circuit Court attorney, the attorney for the D.C. Circuit, whatever. And she's going to start unsealing all those sealed indictments that what's his name? The senator who was the first attorney general, Sessions. that Sessions, his entire job was to write these subpoenas up because that's what he's good at doing. And when his job was done, President Trump kayfabed a fight with him and got rid of him and put somebody else in his place to accomplish the next thing on the list. All right. A call to action. Show up like it's 2024. MAGA supporters turned out in record numbers in 2024, defying the odds and the naysayers. We need that same energy in 2026. Every rally, every vote, every conversation with a neighbor matters. The Uniparty counts on us getting complacent. They thrive when we stay home. They don't stay home. We're up against a system that's still broken, with voting laws improving too slowly to guarantee fair elections by 2026. Our strength is in our numbers. Flood the polls, volunteer as poll watchers, and spread the word on X, Telegram, Truth Social, Rumble, and beyond. The 2024 win was a battle won, not the war. If we want President Trump to deliver the America First agenda, secure borders, strong economy, honest elections, we need a supermajority in 2026. Let's show up, stand tall, and make history again. The future depends on it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this Substack from me. And that's it. Y'all have a great and blessed day. Good night.